Every Thursday night, you ask the questions, DT gives you his answers. No holds barred.
It's Q&A with Don Tony. This is your chance to speak your mind and be heard about anything.
Q&A with Don Tony. And now, your host, Don Tony.
Oh, right about now, this man is going to be trending for all the wrong reasons. Good evening, everybody. It is September 16th, 2021. Welcome to Q&A with Don Tony. I am back. Great night last night, chatting a little bit of NXT, a little bit of AEW. AEW's rating, 1,175,000 viewers. Good. Very good. Next week, we got some awesome matches coming. And I think Brian Alvarez, who I enjoy, I have no problem with, but he wrote next week could be a massacre. Brian, tell me where the hundreds of thousands of fans that you think are going to be tuning in extra next week, where were they a week ago, 2 weeks ago, last night? Why do people have to always make things 1,000 times bigger than what they perceive? It's weird. It's weird. The only people that should be doing that is AEW or NXT or Raw or SmackDown or Impact. The advertisers and the networks. These people are nuts. They're nuts. Yeah, Rampage was going to have 1.8 million. Yeah, 5 million. Attitude Era. It's going to blow away. This Is Your Life, The Rock. Come on, man. 1,175,000 viewers is a great number. Leave it alone. Just enjoy it. Man, God. I'm watching that stuff today and I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, what's wrong with these people? A massacre. Brian Alvarez actually said next week could be a massacre. The fuck you talking about? What? And then what happens the week later? See, I brought this up before. And by the way, we're going to take calls very early today. Definitely don't want to do a very long show today. The weekend is coming up. I'll be right here Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Mish will be joining me. We will preview the draft. We will give our thoughts on who should be moved to other brands, who may be moved to other brands, and we might even do a contest in the process. We'll talk about Rampage. We'll talk about SmackDown as well. And we'll have some fun discussion. I hope you all could tune in. But, just getting back to what I was going to say. AEW, it's obvious that Tony Khan is not going to be making the same mistakes that Dixie Carter made. Made it early on with Jacksonville Dixie, but, he's done a pretty damn good job. And Tony Khan has to not make the same mistake that WCW made. No, I'm not talking about having people like Hall, Nash, and Hogan in the locker room. Yes, some of those people behind the scenes have creative control. And you may say, no, everything goes through Tony Khan. Well, guess what? When these people have so much involvement behind the scenes, Tony Khan trusts their instincts. Jim Cornette had a fabulous, and I'm becoming more and more of a Jim Cornette fan again. Roger Rubio, much love, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I know someone else just bypassed me. Steve Joseph. I'll get back to you, Steve, in a few minutes. Thank you very much, too, my friend. Yeah, we'll talk about Bray. Absolutely. But WCW back in the day we're giving pay-per-view quality matches on free TV to pop ratings, to overly please the networks. And it gets to a point where you're not going to be able to maintain that. Next week, massacre. 3 fucking matches were announced. 3. One of them is Malachi Black versus Cody, and the last time they went 2 minutes. Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega, sure. I definitely want to see that. I'm a fan. But these people wanting massacre, this, and that. What happens a year from now when you have been trying to give restaurant quality stuff at White Castle prices, free TV, over and over and over again? Sure, the pay-per-view buy rates. You keep giving epic, unbelievable, making Rampage almost like the quality of Dynamite. Well, guess what? When pay-per-view comes around, you better hope that you have some golden nuggets to shit out that people haven't seen before. Because after a while, it's going to catch up. I'm telling you. As a wrestling fan, give me everything. As a wrestling fan, give me the creme de la creme. Leave who dat in the back. As much as I love Billy Gunn, go play on Dark. Green Hook and these others, no thank you. Just give me the elite. And I don't just mean the Young Bucks, Omega, and everyone else. As a wrestling fan, but we also got to be a little bit logical about this also. They're going to burn themselves out. They're going to burn themselves out. By the way, what do you think? Rest in peace, Daphne. Wanted to put a little something in the back. And autograph photo is nice. But I wanted something a little different. I may get a whole bunch more made up. Maybe we'll give away some on the shows. Keep her name alive. A lot of people, you see it. You see it. Look at what's going on in social media the last couple of days. Think anybody learned? No. They fell in love with Hana Kimura because everybody else fell in love with Hana Kimura. They learned nothing. So anyway, props to AEW on a great rating. Keep it up. But these people trying to hype up the uber impossible, man, not smart. AEW's rating went down 10% from last week. Down 10%. You know, it's not like Bryan Danielson debuted a month ago. Obviously, they had some big matches last night. Everybody was announced to do interviews. This one's going to talk. 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 And it went down 10%. Monday Night Football. Oh, no. Football was not on yesterday. I'm just saying these people got to take a little chill pill. I know that's an outdated reference, but my God, take a little chill pill. So anyway, somebody made me an offer that I can't refuse. I hope I don't regret this. All right. I actually took a picture of it so you could see it a little bit better. This is from 1997. These are gummy bears in the shapes of, I'm assuming that's, I don't know, is that Sable on the left? Kane? That's got to be Kane. Steve Austin, Undertaker, The Rock. Yeah, I don't know who's on the left. Maybe that's Lita. But, I'm going to open these up a little bit. I will smell them. I have 2 little containers that we'll pour them in. I got to make sure there's no bugs. I have mouthwash if it tastes worse than sweaty you-know-what. And I'm using my fiance's drink cup to spit in if I need to. Yeah, I'm going to try it. I might try it. If they smell horrible, we'll open them in a little bit for fun. We're going to open this too. It's Sting! Sting! There you go. Yeah, we're going to open this up too. Yeah, this is a better picture. This is from 1999. Nero Fay, Bon Appetit. Sting, Crazy Dips. Anybody remember Fun Dip when we were kids? Remember Fun Dip? You had that big piece of sugar and you licked it, you dipped it in more sugar, and then you ate it, and then you were like, I think that's what this is. It even has nutritional value. You know, this whole container is only 70 calories. I kid you not. I mean, I don't know if you can see this. It's only 70 calories. I expected this to be like a lot worse. So if this doesn't smell bad, I've never eaten anything rancid. I know there's people online who like, oh, this tastes rancid. I have no idea what rancid tastes like. So what I'm going to do is we'll open this up. We'll pour it in the dish. We'll smell it. We'll look at it. We'll make sure there's no bugs. And I'll sample it. If it's good, we'll try it. See, what I'm a little bit more nervous about is I'm on keto. I don't want to get kicked out of ketosis to eat 20, 25-year-old candy. If I'm going to go out of ketosis, give me some pizza, tortellini Alfredo, eggplant parmesan, pasta gulaglia. You know, give me something good. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll do that in a little bit. Oh. By the way, let me post the photo so everybody could see exactly what we're going to give away. Just give me 1 second. We're going to do another contest tonight. I want to thank someone's generosity that said, oh, give away a couple of more items. Do I have it? Should have it. Where is it? Give me 1 second. CM Punk. Couple of times we gave away T-shirt and the ice cream bar wrapper. Well, I don't think I have the picture of both. Sorry, I don't have the picture. I know it's going to happen. As soon as I turn it off, I'm going to find it. Well, anyway, you know, obviously the ice cream bar wrapper. We got 5. 1 is already involved in another contest, so we're going to give 2 more of these away tonight, along with 2 CM Punk AEW shirts. And the contest tonight is going to be a brain tease. I'm going to ask 2 questions, and all you got to do is answer it correctly. Not hard. We'll do that in a little bit. Be totally, absolutely, unbelievably disrespectful if I didn't put the chat on the screen. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in live tonight. Hope everybody's having a great evening. Can't believe we're already halfway through September. You know, what a memorable last couple of weeks to be a wrestling fan. I mean, seriously. Now, the big buzz, Philip Maffey, what's up, oh, yes, no, we will talk about Mr. Yang. Mr. Yang is at it again. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about Mr. Yang. Before I do that, let me have Shinsuke acknowledge Philip on the screen, make it official. Then we'll get into a couple of super chats. I know it's a little bit like off-center because it's supposed to be like this. Philip Maffey saw Andrew Yang making comments about WWE contracts again. Come on, dude. He is all talk, no action. We said that in January, February. You're going to go to the end of 2021. You're going to realize this motherfucker did nothing. This guy talks so far up his ass, it's not even funny. And I'll prove it to you later. I'll prove it to you. I knew I was not getting a response from him. Unless you say to hell with Vince, or you come off as a dumb idiot, he ain't going to respond to anyone with half a brain because he knows people see right through his shit. We'll talk about Andrew Yang. I promise you. Before I do that, though, the big buzz going around online right now is the season premiere, Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, every time I see somebody write Mr. Wang Mr. Yang. I think of Caddyshack with Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, how you doing? This is Mr. Wang. Give me this. Give me balls. Give me this. Mr. Wang. It's a golf course. Whatever he said. Mr. Yang. Dark Side of the Ring, Season 3. Premiere tonight. The Plane Ride from Hell. I have not watched it yet. But cancel culture, to quote Stevie Ray, we coming for you, dreamer. We coming for you, Flair. Woo! I have not watched it yet. But I had a few people prep me on what to expect with tonight's Dark Side of the Ring. Now, it would be totally stupid on my part to give an opinion on a show I have not watched it, but I will say this. What I am most interested about is the people who do yap, the people who do open their mouth. And I'll tell you why. You know, I always, for 25 years, always said to all of you out there, my word is my bond. Wrestler secrets, things that I have witnessed, things that I have been involved in. All of you telling me some very raw personal stories, good and bad. Please don't tell anyone. I always say, my word is my bond. Even for business, when XPW ripped off not XPW, but that guy Slash ripped off the entire XPW bus trip, I maxed out my credit cards and gave everybody their money back within 48 hours because that was the right thing to do. I gave everybody my word. I always give my word. I might be very salty online at times, and I am one of the most unpopular people online because I call out everybody's bullshit. We talked about it yesterday with Adam Cole, with the WWE heel manager stuff. Nobody bothers to get the facts before they open their traps because all they're more concerned about is getting as many people to listen or watch their shows, depending if they're audio or video, as much as possible. That's how much they respect all of you out there. And they freaking hate it when I call them out on that. Don't disrespect your listeners or viewers. If something comes out and you don't know the answer of it, get the fucking answer. Then talk about it. It reminds me of the infamous tweet that Dolph Ziggler wrote several years ago. Anybody remember that tweet? Big, if true. And my God, if you want to revisit something that maybe you didn't pay attention to several years ago, go on advanced Twitter search, type in Dolph Ziggler's screen name and just type in the phrase, big if true. And look at the crazy shit that people swore they knew what Dolph Ziggler was saying. And it had to do with, I think, the Supreme Court justices. Or so. It's just ridiculous. Nobody, for the most part, wants to get the facts first. So my point with Dark Side of the Ring is you had all of these people that partied on that plane and caused some of the most outrageous, crazy shit. In fact, I think tonight, I don't want to say the wrestler because if I'm wrong, I don't want anybody pissed off at me, but I think a wrestler is going to be accused of almost rape. Yeah. First of all, take note of all the wrestlers and all the people who were on that plane that hid a lot of these stories for that many years. Think about that. They were so outraged, they kept their mouth shut. See this cartoon? See that cartoon? See the background? See the plane? The Ric Flair stories a lot of people already knew about. But I find it interesting that 20 some odd years ago, all of these people partied on the plane, laughed their ass off, drank, did whatever recreational things they did. And now because they're old and decrepit, And because it's a different era, now they want to come across as, revealing, telling, exposing. This, they were part of it. Part of it. See, where I come from, that's a rat. That's a rat. If you are extremely offended 20 years ago and you don't want nothing to do with that, then for 20 years, you show little subtle examples of that. But after 20 years, because Vice is doing a wrestling special and people want to get their palms greased to get a payday out of it, now suddenly let's tell all. Let's tell all. I don't have a lot of respect for people like that. Those are rats. Those are rats. Anyway. I know a lot of people agree with what I'm saying. They're going to come off. See, when they're part of the interviews, they control the narrative. They control the conversation. Vice wants to get along with all these people. They don't want to piss people off, and then they have nobody to interview. It's going to be kind of hard to recap something with WCW if only the people you're interviewing were from, Smoky Mountain. So, I don't know. I want to watch that episode. I want to see what they actually say, and I want to see what cancel culture does to some of these people out there. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest with you. But trust me when I tell you, this will probably be the biggest story all weekend. Probably. So anyway, before we talk about Mr. Yang, and we'll take calls. Yes, we're actually going to do it that early because I'd like to be done. It's 10:30 over here. I'd like to be done by 11. I'm sorry that the little Streamlabs stuff is a little off-centered, but that's because I'm keeping the template up that has the chat room. I mean, if I put this back, then everything looks perfect. But before I do that, Callie B, welcome to the family. Not Cardi B, but Callie B. Steve Joseph, am I going to the AEW show next week? No, I am not. Unless some at the last minute ask me to go. See, like I said, I tried to get press passes for Chicago last year. I got no response. I looked into buying 100 tickets this time around. I wanted to have a little section, the whole Donzil Army hanging out. Not even a no or no, you have to do it through Ticketmaster. Just no responses to emails. And trust me, I know I had the right emails because, I got it from people that I trust. One even said to me, dude, I don't know why they're not responding to you. Then people out there, for how many years? Oh my God, we got to get together. We got to do this. And none of them reached out to me. Hey, DT, you coming down? You want to hang out? Get a couple of drinks? Hang out in the parking lot? Jerk off in the corner? You want to come down? Not one person. I know a lot of you who tune into the shows did, and I appreciate that. But at the end of the day, a lot of people show their true colors. And honestly, I'm not going to spend my money. I'm not going to make myself stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning when I just feel that, there's no respect there. I'm not asking for freebies. I never ask for freebies. But when that comes across the way it does, nah, man, I saved my money and I'll spend it on all of you. Or I'll spend it on myself. So, no, that's as of right now, that's why I'm not going. Mark Anderson, he's watching the Dark Side of the Ring episode, and all he has to say is #MeToo. Yes. It's not funny. I mean, I'm not laughing at it, but yeah. Oh, yeah. See, this is such a sticky situation. It's such a sticky situation because you want to bring awareness to disgusting behavior. But let's be honest. And I'm going to say something that I guarantee you no one else is going to say out there. Ready for this? How many U-shoots? How many shoot interviews do you have wrestlers talking about the plane ride from hell? And the hosts and the wrestlers there's going to be a lot of deleting of content online. It was celebrated, laughing, Ric Flair walking around naked just with the robe. Hey, stewardess, give me a drink. Woo! Take note of that. No one's going to bring that up because they all want to be in bed with each other. You want to bring this to the surface, but just take note of all those people that for 20 years laughed about it, that thought it was freaking hilarious. I don't mind being by myself online, going against the grain of everyone else, as long as you tune in. But all those other people, no, they're going to suddenly be extremely outraged. But yet, if you go back a couple of years, you'll hear those same hosts putting over a Greg Oliver U-shoot. Oh my God, did you hear them talk about the plane ride from hell and what Ric Flair... like hyenas. Now all of a sudden, Dreamer. Fuck out of here. This select outrage. Oh, man, I ain't buying it. I ain't falling for it. Whoever gets criticized, if they did wrong, they deserve it. They deserve it. But as time goes by, you're going to realize that a lot of your favorites have misbehaved. You learn from it. You grow from it. In defense of Tommy Dreamer especially, I haven't watched the show yet, but I heard Dreamer and Flair are going to be the ones that are going to be crucified tonight more than anybody else. And maybe they'll crucify some dead people because the dead people can't turn around and say, you're a liar, liar. Dreamer, over the last 15 years, you hear nothing but beautiful things about that man. So I hope seriously, I have no idea what they said, but I hope seriously that they remember that people do grow up. That's why I always gave Lars the benefit of the doubt. That's why I will give Velveteen Dream the benefit of the doubt. If something, I'm not going to get into the whole Dream stuff again, but you remember that night, you know, when the people who claim things say, you know, I want to find out from him if it's true, what if he did this. And literally 6 hours later, I got hacked. Liar. Liar. And then lying about they went to authorities, this and that. Why lie about it? Why lie about it? You know? So I hope people realize that, you know, we all make mistakes. None of us out there have been perfect since birth. Even the umbilical cord looked cute and perfect. No. We have all said and done stupid things in our lifetime. It's if you learn, mature, and make an example for others, that's how you prove. Not tweeting outrage, because so many people who have tweeted outrage about Me Too and other stuff end up being the biggest culprits. You know, when people get overly emotional about certain topics, usually they have the biggest guilt on their minds. You know, you ever hear about people who commit crimes and then, you know, you have like a gathering or God forbid, you know, murder or something like that. And they say a lot of times the person actually shows up at the funeral. You know, it's weird as it is, you know, that overwhelming guilt, you want to try to do good to offset that. Now, obviously that's the extreme. Nobody on this plane killed anybody, but still, where was this 20 years ago? 20 years ago, everybody laughed at it. 10 years ago, everybody laughed at it. Breaking news, 5 years ago, everybody laughed at it. You think people just did interviews in 2010 and stopped? No. They've been doing interviews over the years. People laughed at it. Now all of a sudden it's disgusting? Nope. Nope. Not for me. I'll still watch it, though. Roger Rubio, thank you very much, my friend. I will have that cup of Java Saturday morning. Thank you again, my friend. And yes, Near, we'll see what happens with this candy later. I'm telling you, if it smells bad, if it looks bad, I'm not going to get sick over this. Steve Joseph, he thought that I wanted Bray Wyatt to go back to WWE, but where do I think he would end up at? I think Bray Wyatt ultimately will go back to WWE. I really do. It's obvious how talented this guy is. And it's obvious that this guy has a huge cult following. I mean, as loud as Adam Cole got that baby chant yesterday, and it was awesome. I mean, I felt good for Adam Cole. I loved how the fans treated him. I would make the argument that I think fans are more into Bray Wyatt than even Adam Cole. You know, maybe they didn't like some of the character and the gimmick, and that's more WWE's fault. But Bray Wyatt, Jesus Christ. You know, I think WWE realizes, but look, Bray Wyatt, remember what I said yesterday. Wow, it feels so far long ago. 200,000 in WWE now is not the same 200,000 from 5 years ago. When you can make 100, 200 grand sitting at your computer, playing video games and talking, doing a podcast. And trust me, some of your favorite wrestlers are making 100,000, 200,000 doing that right now. If you were making 200, 250 in WWE before, and you had to travel and you couldn't do anything else in your personal time, you couldn't socialize, you couldn't do the things that you love to do, and then you have the opportunity where you could work somewhere else, make half the pay, but you're allowed to do the other things that make you happy, and that makes up for it, which one you going to do? So I don't know if Bray Wyatt falls into that category. But if Bray Wyatt now with at least two children with JoJo, having a family, and just really, you know, being a family man and obviously being devastated from the passing of his best friend, you know, maybe just working part-time and also enjoying his family and then playing, you know, this with his family or going out, or maybe he does something online. Who knows? You know, that might be perfect for him. If he wants the rigors of WWE, he will be back in WWE, in my honest opinion. But the thing is, we don't know what Bray Wyatt wants to do. I think the ball is in Bray Wyatt's court more than you think. So for me, I still think Bray Wyatt back to WWE is inevitable. But if that man wants a part-time schedule, yeah, I could see him not coming back to WWE just yet. Tell you have no idea the amount of money some of these people make. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about Paige more than anyone else. But my God, if you had any idea what some of these people make, you're going to see it. You're going to see more and more people leaving WWE, not because of Andrew Yang threats, but because they realize, hey, even if I make a little bit less than before, I don't have to travel as much. I get to socialize with friends. I could play video games. I could socialize with fans. I could go do this. I could go do that. You know, it's not so cut and dry as far as WWE, you know, allowing their wrestlers to do these things. They're $1 billion company. You know, if they do it for one, it's going to affect everybody there. So they can't bend over backwards and give Adam Cole that freedom, and then they don't give it to this person, this person, this person, this person. I truthfully believe Paige, because she's teasing a little bit of a return, I think Paige is gone from WWE by January. I think Paige, the amount of money she's making, something's got to give there. There's no way WWE's going to keep her there unless they renegotiate a brand new contract and she's not even considered, maybe she's just a part-timer. Remember, when Brock Lesnar was a part-timer, WWE said, we don't drug test part-timers. Not saying they have to drug test Paige, but they could just do a contract as a part-timer and she's not even looked at as a WWE star. Harris B, he bought 4 Adam Cole cards today. How high will the value go? I honestly did not buy any. You know, for those that are curious what he's talking about, AEW and Upper Deck are now doing a pre-order for the Adam Cole cards coming out. I bought around 70 CM Punk cards at $4.99 a clip. They're now selling for $40 each on eBay. You don't know how tempted I was a couple of days ago to put 50 of them on eBay. The thing is that the cards are not ready to ship yet. And I know if I put even on eBay, your card will not ship for a month. I don't want to get negative feedback. When I have the cards in hand, then I'll put them up. Problem is, by then there'll be thousands on eBay. So I don't know. But the Adam Cole cards, maybe they go to $15 to $20 on eBay. But Adam Cole, nowhere on the level of CM Punk as far as popularity goes. And I'm not knocking Adam Cole, but, you know, it'll be worth more than $5.99. Absolutely. VJ says to everyone and me, watch Dark Side the 90s. The 90s. I guess that, oh, yeah, they do have another series, Dark Side 90s. Yes, I know he's talking about. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. I'm not a big fan of Vice, you know, but some of the things that they have is not all that bad. Not all that bad. But thank you for the suggestion. Rams Fan 86, does NCIS and NCIS Hawaii further bury Raw ratings with the move to Monday? I don't know. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Seriously. You know, again, you know, the problem is a lot of people talking about the ratings right now, especially for AEW, are the same people that always said ratings don't matter. Ratings don't matter. They said that for years and years and years because they never had a promotion that they truly, truly was so into that was popping decent numbers. So for years, the ratings don't matter. The ratings, when we analyze the quarter-hour breakdowns, and not only how bad some wrestlers' quarter hours were, but the big drops they were having also, you know, I would do it and people like, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't pay attention to the ratings. I just like what I like. Don't be surprised when people are released. So many people that we focused on poor ratings were released from WWE. Everrise, Breezango, and a bunch of others. I'm concerned about the grizzled young veterans. You know, I didn't forget about those numbers. Look what they've done on TV in the last 2 months. What did you do? Play golf? You saw that a mile away. So my point is, you know, a lot of people still don't understand that a huge number of CM Punk fans, even before he returned to wrestling, a huge number of CM Punk fans were already AEW fans because CM Punk was so anti-WWE, and AEW, the aura is anti-WWE. So you just didn't have these hundreds of thousands of fans that were just not watching anything. I'm not watching anything until CM Punk is back. It's just not true. What AEW's got to do is they got to try to convert WWE fans that aren't into AEW right now and try to get them to watch. And so far, they have not done all that much of it. But if they got 100,000, 150,000 because of Punk and Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, that's a start. You know, it takes time. The Monday Night Wars, look how many weeks WCW won until WWF finally took over. And once they took over, they had built so much momentum that took months, if not over a year, to get developed. Once they got there, that was it. So same thing with AEW. People like, oh, one day Tony Khan will buy WWE. Yeah. And one day I'll be able to grow a vagina and give birth to somebody. You know, it's just people just talk just to get 100 likes. But if you actually think about what they say, it's almost moronic, some of the things they say. Scorpio 1117, Adam Cole needs to change his theme music. Oh, no. I freaking love his theme music in AEW. I mean, if you don't like it, I respect that. But Scorpio, his AEW music's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. I like it. I mean, you know, obviously Ruby Soho got permission from Rancid. And Malachi Black's music, you know, is not produced by Ruckus. But I'm liking Adam Cole's music. I think it's great. Jade Cargill is a beast. You know, she just needs a lot more seasoning. But she's on the right path. She's on the right path. Courtney Summers, what's up, Courtney? Adam is raking in on Twitch. Yeah. Believe me, I tell you. When he made an NXT, if he was going to stay in WWE and not be allowed to do his Twitch, that is a awful lot of money for WWE to make up. You're talking 6 figures. And he didn't want the rigors of the WWE schedule. So, you know, I praise Adam Cole for being very diplomatic yesterday. You know, and I don't care what people are saying, like, oh, he said that because he knows he may have to go back there one day and he's lying because he's just saying the right thing. So I don't trust people that can't even sell newspapers online. You know, I tend to believe that these people are telling the truth. But Adam Cole is making 6 figures online. And he's having a ball. And good for him. Period. Good for him. Awesome. Now let's talk about Mr. Yang. Philip Matthew, he saw Andrew Yang making comments about WWE contracts again, but like always, he's all talk and no action. For those that didn't see the comment, here you go. Andrew Yang says, and I quote today, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, had a call with the Department of Labor. If you are a current or former WWE performer who feels you were misclassified as an independent contractor, contact, and this is some lawyer, and let's get you what Vince owes you. Been a long time coming, but this storyline is real. I'm going to answer this the only way I know, with facts, common sense, and logic. Number one, every state regulates their own labor. Every state has a Department of Labor. Take note that he never mentioned the person's name. Take note, he didn't talk about the labor secretary. He didn't put any name. I talked to the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor doesn't have a vagina, testicles, 2 arms, 2 legs, 10 fingers. Department of Labor is not a person. I asked him earlier, what state? Which Department of Labor did you talk to? No response. Number two. Take note of how many wrestlers publicly jump on Andrew Yang's offer. You will see almost 0. You may see some wrestlers who are not going to get back in WWE anytime ever again, probably. So what do they have to lose? This is like the concussion lawsuit. Number 3, Tell me what these wrestlers are in AEW. Oh, no, but they're allowed to play video games. Tell me what their classification is. Are they employees of All Elite Wrestling? No, they're not. The ones in the back are. If the Department of Labor singles out just Vince McMahon, do you realize the amount of trouble the Department of Labor will get in? Discrimination? This guy, I have nothing against the guy personally. I think in his heart, he really does care. But seriously, I said it back in February. I'll say it again now. That guy is a used car salesman. It sounds great on 350 characters, but the guy is talking out of his asshole. You will see almost nobody jump on that offer. He will not name anybody at the Department of Labor. He didn't even reveal or even clarify to people that there's 50 plus Department of Labors. What state? If you live in California, what do? You're going to complain to the Connecticut Department of Labor, New York, California, what? And you single out one individual lawyer? What about when Vince turns around and says, well, what about, Andrew Yang will kill the fucking wrestling business. Andrew Yang will kill the wrestling business. That is why almost nobody will step up. He means well, but you will see the bitter, the extremely irate and angry. They will probably speak up a little bit. But my God, people fall for that shit and they're just sheep. People in 2021 just want to be part of conversations online. They want to feel that they're part of a group, a movement. They want to feel, that's why they got to tell you, how many sheets of toilet paper they use to wipe their ass today. If they're not going to eat fish for dinner, they'll tell you, hey, everybody, I'm not eating fish for dinner tonight. Hey, everybody, I'm not watching NXT tonight. Hey, everybody. Blah, blah. Like, they got to tell you everything, and it's basically saying, please answer me back. I need the attention. Andrew Yang does the same fucking thing. People are starting to realize this guy talked out of his ass for 7 months. It took him 7 months to throw a lawyer with 3,000 followers. Nope, we ain't that stupid. Problem is, and this is why I don't care about our government anymore. And this is why I will cut loose anybody who does me wrong, I guess is the right way to say it. Because I think we all realize that I ain't changing the world. All of you out there tuning in, you're not changing the world. We're not going to get together and make this big, giant movement that is going to make sweeping changes in anything. The only thing you could do is take care of your surroundings, yourself and your surroundings. Treat people like you want to be treated. Your neighborhood, be nice to people. You worry about yourself, your inner circle, and how you treat people that you interact with, strangers or not. That's all I'm concerned about. I could care less about the government anymore because I realize you take one side, one view, and you will be ripped apart about it. If you grow up and start having a different viewpoint on something, like the Kaepernick stuff, I changed my view on that. Wow, DT, you're so PC now. You're a fucking fraud. You're this, you're that, you're this. You can't win. So I only concern myself about me, my family, my friends, my fiance, my health, my hobbies, my bills, my future, and all of you. That's it. That's it. Plain and simple. So this Andrew Yang stuff, honestly, it's basically him trying to calm the noise that people are starting to figure out that this guy is just talking out of his ass. And 6 months from now, nothing will happen. Oh, please, Andrew Yang, please have that lawyer try to sue Vince. Please names the person at the Department of Labor. Please, Andrew Yang, I will never do a show again. I will donate for Biden 2024, 2092. Please reveal the name of the person that said you could go after one individual. Never do it. Never do it. He is a fucking liar. Anyway, all right. So, what should we give away the first CM Punk ice cream bar wrapper and t-shirt since we got the chat room on the screen? Like I said, it's going to be early night tonight. I'm going to take calls in about 5 minutes from now. So, get ready. I still have Do Not Disturb. In fact, I'm actually charging my phone right now. I forgot to charge my phone. And like around 9:30 today, I was like, holy shit, I forgot to charge my phone and the battery was so low. But I know some of you wanted to call in. So I'm charging my phone right now. So we should be good to go. So, what we'll do is we'll do one of the two contests now. We'll take a few calls. I'll open these two things up. Maybe we'll try it out. And then we'll do the second contest. Maybe take a few more calls and call it a night. Yeah. I thank you all for the kind words, by the way. I just try to be honest, man. Just try to be honest. All right. Brain teaser. Very simple. I'm going to read something. It's something that you have to think about. And there is one specific answer for these brain teasers. All you got to do is give me the answer. It's something that you have to think about. Now, some of you out there are so goddamn intelligent, I expect some of you to nail it literally within seconds. The questions have nothing to do with wrestling, but it's a brain teaser. It's something for you to think about. The first person in the chat room, and for everybody out there that is right now on Twitter and Twitch and Facebook, if you want to hop on really quick to YouTube so you could take part as well, all you got to do is just get in the chat room. And when I reveal the question, all you got to do is just type the answer, and first person who answers it correctly gets the win. Should we do a sample question? Let's do a sample question. This is just for fun. Now, I've changed the wording of some of these so nobody tries to Google a phrase to get the answer. Trust me, I'm just as sneaky as all of you out there. I always try to think one step ahead. Like, how can I kind of like cheat on this content? Oh, okay, I get it. I'll do a Google search as he's talking and get the answer. All right, this is just for fun. So the winner of this one just gets a shout out. Nothing else, just the shout out. Ready? A nude man was walking on a nudist beach here in Rockaway, Queens, New York. A nude man walking on a nude beach. No houses around. They all got leveled from Sandy. It's just sand and water. Out of nowhere, a thunderstorm starts. He had nowhere to go but stand there like a goof or go in the ocean. The guy got drenched, got soaked. He got soaked. But oddly enough, not a single hair on his head got wet. Why? Why? He didn't run for cover. I know what someone's going to say. He put his hands on his head. I'll give it to Near. I know it's just a misspelling, but we'll give it to Nero Fay. It's because he was bald. Yeah, that's what a brain teaser is. He didn't get any hair on his head wet because he has no hair. He's bald. That was an easy one. All right. I actually have here 3. I tested them on my fiance. She got the bald one right away, so I was like, okay, this is going to be rough. She's pretty smart. She's as smart as she is beautiful. When I hit her with the other 3 questions, she turned out to be like more stupid than a second grader. So I'm like, okay, this should be good. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? So I'm going to ask the question. Now, if I start saying it, don't throw the answer yet. Wait until I ask the question. Then you type the answer. First person that gets it right gets your choice of any CM Punk shirt in the AEW store and one of these ice cream wrappers if you want it. If you want it. It smells like fingers of men wearing size small shirts and women wearing size extra large shirts. All right, ready? A lot of you know that my father owns a butcher shop. For real, legit. Owns a meat store. Cold cuts, food, stuff like that. Anyway. Don Tony works in his dad's butcher shop. Don Tony is 6'4". Don Tony wears a size 13 shoe. What does Don Tony weigh? Oh, I'm going to love this one. For everybody, it's on audio only. Think about it. I know someone's going to get it. Should I ask it again? Should I ask it again? Okay, I see some numbers. That's not that far off. Okay. We got a winner. Some people are writing 300 pounds. You insult me like that. David R. is the winner. Don Tony works in his dad's butcher shop. Don Tony is 6'4". Don Tony has size 13 shoe. What does Don Tony weigh? Meat. Some people are pissed right now. David R., you are a winner. A winner. You know what? Let's do the other 2 contests now. Fuck it. I know I said I was only going to give away 2. These other 2 questions are priceless. So we'll give away 3 wrappers and 3 shirts tonight. So you got 2 chances still, everybody. 2 more questions. Come on. I can't believe I didn't think of doing brain teasers sooner with these questions. All right, ready? Okay. This one's going to piss people off, I think. I don't know which one I should do next. All right. You're hanging out in your house. You're hanging out in your house watching Q&A with Don Tony, and the power goes out. No more Q&A with Don Tony tonight. You're in a dark fucking room. You're pissed off. In that room, you have a candle, a propane stove, and a gas lamp. The problem is you only have 1 match. What do you light first? And tell me why. Come on, someone's got to get it. Oh man, in my lifetime I said, I don't ever want to give this guy a prize, but now I'm forced to. But I get your address now. Left Twix, he won. He won. What do you light first? You light the match. All right, one more. This one is actually, I like this one more than any other. You're in Afghanistan. You're in a Taliban jail. I say, I got to say it like everybody else says it. You're in Afghanistan. You're in a Taliban jail. You broke out of your cell and you're about to escape the Taliban jail. Problem is, there's 3 doors that all lead to freedom. The problem is, the left door has infrared alarm beams. The infrared beams that'll trigger the alarm. That's what the left door has. The middle door is filled with toxic gas. The right door has a tiger that hasn't eaten in 3 months. Which door do you choose and why? You're in a Taliban jail. You broke out. You got to tell me why. I see some of you picking choices. You got to tell me which door and why. There's a very important second part. All right, we got to give it to him. Yes. All right. Rex Dart. Congrats, Rex. You choose the door with the tiger. Because if the tiger hasn't eaten in 3 months, that motherfucker is dead. Oh, fuck it. Let's open this shit now, man. Then we'll take calls. Hopefully I don't vomit on the character. Okay, here we go. Let's open it up. We're in pretty funny mood. Yeah, I know. Some people are like, oh, that was so bad, Don Tony. Hey, come on, they're not that bad. I guarantee you, some of you tonight are going to write that shit down and you're going to tell it to your significant other, your friends, your family, and you're going to sit there and love every minute out of it when they can't answer it. I told my fiance, which one would you do with the Taliban jail? She says, I'll take the door with the infrared gas. I said, why would you do that? I'll just hold my breath. I'm like, it's actually a pretty smart answer. But yeah, maybe we'll make that like on a regular, every week. We'll do some wacky brain tease. I got to come up with my own though. So, all right. This is WWF Gummies from 1997. I think that's Sable actually on the right, on the left. We were looking at it before. I think that is Sable. I think that's Kane. Next to him, Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and The Rock. Sam says he said it first. Whoa, we got controversy. Hold on. Let's rewind. If Sam said it first. No, Sam, come on. Don't make me feel guilty, man. You said Tiger, but when I asked you why, you said because he hasn't eaten. No shit, that's what I said on the question. I said he hasn't eaten for 3 months. So why would you choose that door? We already knew that he hadn't eaten. The answer is if he didn't eat for 3 months, the tiger would be dead. If the tiger was still alive and he just hadn't eaten, he'd eat you. So I'm not trying to be a jerk, but you know what, Sam? I give you a shirt anyway. Because Sam is a good guy on the show. I give you a shirt anyway. So, no, well, you only got half of it right. So, I give you half a shirt. I give you like one of the Dolph Ziggler shirts that only go down to the nipples. Like those half-cut shirts. True Don Tony fact. Don't ask me why, I just remembered this. Remember the Blue Meanie? When the Blue Meanie would wear the half-cut shirt and purposely have his stomach out and he would be going like this? Back in the 90s, when I was doing Cybergenics, if anybody remembers Cybergenics, at one point I thought I was actually in shape. I actually hung out with my friends, and one day I had the balls to wear a half-cut shirt that only went down to around my chest area. I thought I had abs. All it was like the creases of my fat. Like this, remember the old Samoa Joe credit card picture that I posted? That's where I got the idea, from the Samoa Joe credit card. I had people laughing at me in the 90s. Look at this guy wearing a half-cut shirt. He thinks he's a bodybuilder. That's no ab marks. That's stretch marks. For real. All right. We got WWF Gummy Bears. How this all started, because somebody is sending me WWF Superstars cereal from 1991. Somebody is sending me WWF cookies. I have inside CM Punk toothpaste from WWF. I have Goldberg toothpaste. I have someone sending me fruit juice from WWF. How this all started, just to say it quickly, is I had just mentioned in casual conversation when Mish and I, when we were talking about like how we were going to celebrate hitting 20,000 subscribers, I said, I've been watching this guy on YouTube that opens up like all this like army food from like 60 years ago, like peanut butter and coffee and stuff, and he eats it. So I said, let's buy some old shit and let's try it, even if it's something funny. And Mish is like, I'm not eating any outdated shit and getting sick over it. So then I'm like, I'll try anything, as long as it doesn't smell bad and I don't see bugs crawling around. So somebody sent me this and like, DT, I dare you to eat one. That's how it all started. And when I showed everybody this about a month ago, people started sending me emails. DT, I want to send you this. I want to send you that. I want to send you a can of soda that's 40 years old that's been sitting on my dresser. I don't want to start being a guinea pig, but everybody wants to know, 25 years later, is this still good? Now, I will tell you, they are hard as a rock. These were supposed to be gummy bears. They are hard as a rock. So there's no way I'm going to be able to chew on these. But we're going to open it up. They were supposed to be in the shape of WWF Superstars. And, LA Beast. Yes. I was watching. I never knew about LA Beast until maybe 2 months ago. And he's a wrestling fan too. And he lives in the Northeast. So I wonder if he got any inspiration because of Bam Bam Bigelow. Because Bam Bam was the Beast from the East. He's the LA Beast from the East. I don't know. So I'm going to open it up. We'll check it out. We'll see what they look like. I'll smell it. I'll put it on my... I've never, ever, ever tasted something outdated like this. Like the worst that I ever did, like I'm on the keto diet now for 2.5 years. And maybe about 6 months ago, I found like some chocolate that expired like a year earlier. And I was fiending chocolate so bad. So I opened the pack and the chocolate was a little bit light in color, but I ate a little and it tasted good. So I ate it. Didn't get sick. So I said, all right, we'll give it a shot. So anyway, all right, let's cut this open and let's cut it open nice and neat. I honestly have no use for this wrapper. So if somebody wants the wrapper, as long as you don't live like 10,000 miles away, I don't want to pay $7, $8 shipping to send a wrapper. But okay. Now, obviously, I don't do openings and tastings and stuff. So obviously, I don't have overhead cameras and side cameras. So obviously, this footage is going to be a little bit more raw. But as you can see, these are the WWF gummies. They're like, you know what it feels like? It feels like glass. Just to show you, look. I can't even cut it. I can't even cut it with scissors. So now let's see if we can figure out who these are. I'm assuming That's gotta be Kane. I think that's Kane. You would think Sable would have been the green one. Now, seriously, everybody, seriously. I know my fingers are a little decrepit. Tell me how that looks like a WWE superstar. There's like no outline. It's nothing. I got to get better lighting next time. There is absolutely, it looks like fish. It looks like goldfish. Goldfish. Oh, actually, you know what? This looks like The Undertaker for real. I don't know if you can see this. You know what I got to do? Shit, I don't have any. I know some people like put it like in a background or something like that, like this. That actually does look like The Undertaker a little bit. All right. They're like glass. Seriously. They don't smell like anything. They don't smell like... Which one should I try? We got green, we got orange, and we got black. You guys pick which... Now, like, I can't chew on it. They're like rocks. I don't know. Which one should I try? They don't... I'll tell you, man, you only get like 6. It's kind of a ripoff. Well, actually, no, you got 7. We had a red one, but I put the scissors. Black. We go black. Okay. Black one. See, like I said, I've never tasted anything that's supposed to be rancid. I think it's supposed to make you like your tongue like burn. And if it's really rancid, remember that scene in Airplane, the little girl when she was like that's when you know you're like you got problems. I taste nothing. I taste nothing. Licorice. Just so you could see, I do have it in my mouth. I'm eating Sable. I would spit out. I'll try a different one. But let's bring this up really quick. Where is it? Where is it? Don't tell me I closed it. Oh, no, here it is. Oh, that's not good. That's better. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns is confirmed for Crown Jewel. Before Roman Reigns could even take on Finn Balor, they will be battling at Crown Jewel. Now, WWE tried to cover it up and said, pay attention. Will the title be on the line at Crown Jewel? What that means is that even if Finn Balor wins the belt, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns is still taking place at Crown Jewel. Guys, gals, remember what I said Monday, joking around. Remember what I said yesterday, joking around. I'm going to say it again here. Brock Lesnar could end up being drafted to Raw. Now, by having this match at Saudi Arabia, even though it's, 3 weeks after the draft, even if he's on Raw, that match is still going down. But let me also say this. People aren't stupid. They know that the Prince is paying WWE crazy millions. They don't want to see Brock Lesnar versus R-Truth. They don't want to see Roman Reigns versus Chad Gable. So for anybody that's acting surprised, like that should have been a Survivor Series. No, it's for the Crown Prince. You should know this by now. You want to call it blood money? I'm not going to go against you. All right, let's try one more. Because my tongue, it feels fine. I tasted a little licorice. The orange one, well, I'll let you guys choose. Don't choose the black one again because I already tried it. We got orange and we got green. The orange just looks. You choose. It really didn't taste like much. I'll try the orange one. All right. Yeah, look, orange. Can't even chew it. It tastes like orange. You know what it tastes like? For real? It tastes like hard candies. It tastes like hard candies. I'll show you something a little weird, though. As I was just sucking cane, it's a little slippery. You see how the top part like turned yellow? I don't think that's supposed to turn yellow. I don't remember on the wrapper saying changes to magic colors, you know? So, all right, we opened it. Now my finger's all sticky, man. Yeah. Can I take a sip? They taste like hard candy, a little hint of licorice, a little hint of orange. They didn't taste bad, but not too much flavor. It's supposed to be with real fruit juice. So, whatever that means. All right, so now we got Sting. Hey, everybody, it's Sting. All right, Crazy Dips. I tell you, I am shocked that this is only 70 calories. You know what? A few of you asked, what are the ingredients? And unfortunately, the ingredients are not on this. They're not on this because I guess they weren't supposed to be sold for individual sale. There is no ingredients on here. All it says on the wrapper, let me pull this up. It says WWF fat-free. Look at the right-hand corner, fat-free treats. Made with real fruit juices, and that's it. There's no ingredients on here. Now, the WCW Crazy Dips, is that what they are called? Yeah, Crazy Dips. Why does that not look right? Oh, that's too small. There you go, Crazy Dips. Crazy lollipop with a crackling dip. Chupa Chups. Sting with long hair. Is that Goldberg? Who's he have a headlock on? I can't really tell. My throat feels a little weird, though. I don't think there was anything wrong with it, but my throat was a little weird, though. All right, let's open the Crazy Dips. Let's see what the hell is on here. If there's bugs or anything, that's it. I'll open it here. I will keep it nice and neat. You know what? I'm going to do it from here. You know? No, I can do it from the top. Doesn't really change the logo, like affect the logo. It's still not open. I tried cutting it, keeping the logo. Yeah. Okay. We opened it. I'll dump it right here so you could see it. I see sugar and a bent stick on a lollipop. Oh, it smells horrible. It doesn't smell like bubble gum. Well, that doesn't help. What I don't understand about this, didn't fall on the floor, by the way. The wrapper fell on the floor. It's over here. What I don't understand about this is this. Why did they do a foot? Why did they do a foot? I don't know why they did the foot. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you could see. There's like specks of like yellow and orange. Did you see that? I guess maybe the flavoring separated. It's a foot. up his ass. Doesn't even look like a human foot. Looks like a bear foot. I don't mean barefoot like no socks on. I mean it's like a bear's foot. All right. Let's read the ingredients on here. Now, if any of you that are experts in eating outdated shit, if there's any ingredients out there that I should be concerned about, I'd appreciate if you keep your little animosity towards yours truly, especially since I don't do TKC shows anymore, and tell me the truth like DT, you know, because I guarantee you right now, some of you are like, yeah, now I'm going to finally fuck him over. All right. We have sugar, corn syrup, lactose, which is milk sugar. I think lactose is not supposed to be that great. Citric acid, lactic acid, artificial flavor, artificial color, red number 40. I don't think you could use red number 40 anymore. Processed non-carbon dioxide to provide sizzling. They use processed with carbon dioxide. Wait a minute, the carbon dioxide isn't that the stuff that you put on cuts? You know, you ever get a cut, you spray that, it's peroxide. This is carbon dioxide to give a sizzle. Crazy dips. All right. I know a lot of people have said to me over the years, DT, open mouth, insert foot. Wow, that actually tastes good. Yeah, I do feel, I felt weird for a second, but I realized that's the Pop Rocks. Oh my, I'm licking the foot. Snitsky, eat your heart out. This is not that bad. It's not that bad. The sugar, I'm a little concerned about, though. Well, you know what I'll do? All right. It's almost like when we walk on the beach. Like, I guarantee you goofs from 1998 were like, hey, everybody, it looks like when I walk on the beach. Look, I got sand on my feet. It's not that bad. I love the people that do these online. They don't show you their face eating it. Like they're off camera and all you see is this. And they don't show you. All right. I'm going in. It's not that bad. I'm not kidding. It's not that bad. Does it taste like bubble gum? No, it tastes like orange flavor. Yeah, I know how to use my tongue. All right. I'm not going to eat any more of it because I'd like to take some calls and I don't want to start looking like a goldfish. But what I will do is this. I'll put the water in here so you can hear the sizzling, the crackling. See, look. Let's see if it sizzles. Can you hear it? Can you guys hear it? My God, you imagine if I put that in my stomach? Look at it sizzle. It's like melting away. I don't know if you can hear this. Can you can hear, right? Let me stir it up. It's getting louder. I gotta try. You know, I just realized I haven't had sugar in 2.5 years either. You can hear, right? No, man. I look. I'll have a bowl of Bret Hart cereal from 20-something years ago. As long as it doesn't smell really bad, I'll take a spoonful and stuff. But if something really smells bad, or if, people told me that if you get a burning sensation in your mouth, stop. Excuse me. It's still sizzling. You can hear, right? You know what it sounds like? It sounds like when you're heating up oil and you're about to fry some nice eggplant or chicken cutlets. All right. So that is the foot. The sugar is all but, I'll tell you, there's bubbles. There's a lot of bubbles. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like soda. See that? Oh, you can see it. Yeah. Looks like soda. I'm going in. It tastes like orange. It does not taste like, because remember, the label says crazy lollipop with a crackling dip. Crazy dips. Okay. So the absolutely stupid, dumb Don Tony portion of the show is over with. Just taking the sugar out of here. Nah, I think that's enough. I'll keep the labels aside if somebody wants the labels. It doesn't smell like it. The inside smells a little bit old. It smells. Oh, wait a minute. There's something inside it. No bullshit. I swear to God. Is there something inside it? I think that. Is there supposed to be stickers in here? Maybe that's why Goldberg is on the corner. I'm going to cut it open. I think there's like a sticker in here or something. For real. I'm not kidding. I just realized this. Let's cut this open. I'm going to trim it nice. Go figure, right? People will understand why I'm laughing. All right, look. To the person who sent me this stuff, I know you have more of it. Send me more. So this way I'll open it up next time with like a razor blade so it's perfectly cut open. But I'm going to open this shit up. I got to show you the sticker that's inside here. It's worth it, trust me. I just don't want to damage the sticker. You'll get a kick out of this. Can I before I show you what's inside here? Anybody knows my history and having some issues with wrestlers. Now, keep in mind, this is a WCW rapper. Of my history of having friction with people in wrestling, and I will say that I have no friction with anybody right now. Who do you think is the sticker inside this pack? I know some of you will get it immediately. Who do you think is on this sticker? Just think. I'll give you a hint. The person has a podcast. I got to take a sip of water. My throat does feel a little scratchy. Bully Ray was never in WCW. Well, but not the WWE WCW. Okay, VJ thinks Jeff Jarrett. Not a bad choice. Short Gay B, I don't think Ric Flair knows who I am. Come on, somebody's got to know. I don't have any issue with Disco Inferno. Think 1998. 1998. I don't have any issues with Conan, Vince Russo. All right, I'm going to show you. When I show you, you'll get a laugh. I'm not kidding. I'm not even exaggerating. And I will let everybody know on audio only. All right, let me just cut the back out so you can see it a little bit. There's a lot of sugar on it. I'm not going to peel it off because I think the background might actually make it look better. All right, I'm just wiping it off. Oh, can you see it? Who is that? Who is that? Is that Tony Schiavone? Tony Schiavone's not black. Not Booker T. I don't have any issues with Booker T. Come on. Did you see? Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray. Freaking Stevie Ray. Go figure. Go freaking figure. We got to peel this off. It's still sticky. How does it look? It's still sticky. Look. Stevie Ray. They put stickers with adhesive inside candy. Something tells me that's not supposed to be. Look, it sticks. Stevie Ray. I got a Stevie Ray sticker. Crazy Dips. And it's NWO Stevie. By the way, now we'll take calls, but I just want to say, look, it looks like ginger ale. All the sugar is melted. There's carbonation. I tell you, this for 23 years old. Very surprised. Very surprised, man. Very surprised. The foot doesn't look like Stevie Ray's, though. I don't think it looks like any WCW wrestler. Look at, why would you put a foot? It's Crazy Dips. Why would you use a foot for Crazy Dips? Why not like Kick-Ass Dips? All right. I like Stevie Ray. I felt absolutely bad when we had that little back and forth back then, but he had every right to be upset. He's good people, for real. And just funny. After all this, out of everybody in WCW, out of all the stickers, you got to give me Stevie Ray. All right. Now be honest. Be honest. Should we do this again with other stuff or let it go? Serious. You won't hurt my feelings. I will honestly say that my throat has a little scratchiness to it. I don't think anything was really bad where, there's any issue because I didn't have that much. But look, I still got, I didn't put the batteries in it yet. The Steve Austin talking soap. It actually says, you dropped the soap. Now what, jackass? Yeah, release this in 2021 and let's see how social. Look, see the bottom? Pick up the soap. What? Pick up the soap. What? Yeah, put this. Somebody said this too. You wash your hands and it's supposed to talk. I didn't open it up yet. It's supposed to smell like vanilla. Vanilla. Pick up the soap. What? Anybody know the phrase pick up the soap in the shower? I'm serious. Look at the corner over here. Imagine releasing this in 2021. Pick up the soap now. Oh, now. Wow, they're getting a little violent in the shower. JBL should have been on the front of this. Pick up the soap now. What? 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 All right, enough. Enough. See, I don't mind doing this for a good laugh. As long as I don't get sick. It just gets everybody's minds off of bullshit. We have a little fun, do little prizes, interact a little bit. I love engaging with all of you out there. That's why we do this. So let's do this. Let me disconnect the charger because I was charging my phone up. I got to plug it in. Plug it in now. What? Plug it in now. What? I said plug it. What? Too bad for the young fans out there that never experienced that live as it happened in 01. What? Oh, boy. All right. I'm going to take the phone lines off. Oh, we could take crazy dips off. That's funny, man. Stevie Ray. Go freaking figure, man. That's funny. All right. Put this here. 833-366-8686. Or you could dial 225-366-8669. Take calls, I don't know, what we've done an hour and 35 minutes. So we'll go 25 minutes worth of calls. That'll give us 2 hours tonight. I'll be back here Saturday at 8 o'clock with Mish. And we'll discuss Rampage, SmackDown, anything that transpires in news. And we'll also preview the draft, give a couple of predictions, fantasy picks, blah, blah, blah. Phone lines are now open. And we kick it right off. Open, damn it. Hey, you're on. Who's this?
What's up, brother? Star Killer finally calling in.
Hey, what's going on? How's that?
Oh, not much, man. Just watching a John Wick movie here now. I got 2 questions for you, brother.
Sure. Absolutely.
Well, Dolph Ziggler being my favorite wrestler, do you think he'll ever main event again or at least get a shot at the title?
He reminds me of The Miz. Not necessarily same in-ring repertoire, but his stature, his status reminds me of The Miz in so many ways. Like a guy that is just reliable, rarely ever gets injured, puts on a good match, helps elevate, other stars, tag teams also. I just have a feeling, honestly, I think Dolph Ziggler may end up leaving sooner than later. He loves being like a political analyst. He loves talking business and other things. So I would not be surprised if Dolph Ziggler left for other ventures. I'm not necessarily saying that he'd leave to go to AEW, but as far as main eventing again, I don't know. I honestly, my feeling says no. I could see him going for titles here and there, but maybe a tag title once in a blue moon, maybe a U.S. title or an IC title once in a blue moon, but heavyweight title, I think those days are gone for Dolph Ziggler. The only way I see it, Dolph Ziggler still looks extremely young. So I think once Dolph Ziggler really starts to show it with the age and he's at the tail end of his career and, people start really getting behind him because they know that it's almost at the end, then you might see something where he gets one last run. But I think right now, because he's in such, so many people compared him to Billy Gunn many years ago or Kurt Hennig, but Billy Gunn especially, that guy could be 65 years old and still have a phenomenal physique. But honestly, my gut feeling says not anytime soon as far as Dolph Ziggler main event. And I'm not criticizing him.
Yeah.
That's the perception I get.
Yeah, it really sucks because that title run he had really was really short because of the concussions and stuff, right?
Yeah. And not only that, Dolph Ziggler wants to enjoy his latter years, and you see scares, with people with concussions. I mean, Daphne's a perfect example of it. I mean, obviously that's an extreme example, but when you start getting older and you start getting little signs here and there that, you don't want to, force, your body into any trauma, accidents do happen. But I think Dolph Ziggler, a lot of people are not happy in his role right now, but, they're keeping it safe with Dolph Ziggler. And I don't think Dolph Ziggler, it's like Daniel Bryan, if you listen close to what he said right in front of Tony Khan, it was basically like, look, Vince won't let me do what I want to do. Tony Khan is. Now, let's hope he doesn't get hurt in any way. Dolph Ziggler doesn't come across the same way to me. I think Dolph Ziggler, if this protects his body and protects his, everything with his head and stays away from moves or going overboard and risking concussion or injury, I don't think Dolph Ziggler will do that. I'd rather see a healthy part-time Dolph Ziggler than him go all out, get injured, and then have his career cut abruptly short.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. I'd rather have at least that Dolph Ziggler than no Dolph Ziggler at all.
Absolutely. You said there was another question you had.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Over the years, since you've been a wrestling fan, watched like when WWE like changed like a gimmick or changed up a storyline due to like people complaining or like something happening backstage, like which ones were you pissed off with the most?
Pissed off at the most that it was changed backstage? This, I don't know if this really falls into that category, but I was very, very pissed off when RVD and Sabu got pulled over in the car. Because, you know, the infractions, you know, I think Sabu probably had a little bit more stuff than RVD did, but the fact that WWE just made this concerted effort to take both titles off of RVD and suspend them. I mean, I understand at that time, especially more frantic about wellness, and so I can understand why they made that jump, but it really pissed me off because I was angry at RVD, I was angry at Sabu, but I was also angry at WWE for really forcing that issue because other people had done things and, you know, had some issues and they were handled a lot differently. And it's not just wellness. I mean, I remember, you know, JBL, you know, he went to Germany. I still have the footage, did the goose step, had some, you know, huge backlash from it. WWE apologized, then took the apology down, and then within a couple of weeks, he was heavyweight champion. So, you know, that's another decision at the time I did not like at all because it's like, okay, you know, that really offended a lot of people. And, you know, you make an apology, you stand by it. They deleted it and then put the title on him, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Now I love JBL. Guy is great, but back then that pissed me off too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling in. Great questions.
No problem,
and
brother.
Yeah, I hope Dolph Ziggler stays around for at least a couple of more years, and, you know, it may not get the push that a lot of us would like him to get, but, you know, he's making a nice salary. He's not, you know, in any danger of, you know, overdoing it on his body. He still looks like $1 million, could still perform at a top level in the ring. And I'd rather get that than nothing.
That makes total sense, man. Like I said earlier, thanks for letting me be on your show, and keep up the hard work, man.
Thank you, my friend. Have a good night. Be well.
You too, man.
Take care. All right. Great questions, man. Great. All right. Let me open the phone lines. All right. Should be able to call in right now. 833-366-8686. Yes, we got a few people calling in. Hey, you're on. Who's this?
833-366-8686. This is Alex.
Hey,
again.
Alex, what's up?
You probably recognize my voice.
Sounds familiar. Does.
I was asking you the Hannibal question last time. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Is it possible I can ask you 3 questions? I'll do it the best I can to make it quicker for you.
Sure.
I know you got a lot of viewers that are doing callers too as well.
Yeah, no problem.
The number one question for you you probably talked about the dark side of the ring or continue. They brought up about the XPW example. I ask you, did they ever call you and ask you to come to their show, make your opinions at XPW?
No.
I'm asking that because you were part of and you were involved with XPW, as I recall. Is that true?
Yeah, but it was Northeast. And from what I understand, majority of the XPW that they're going to focus on is California side. I think they're going to bring up the fight between ECW and XPW to establish that they will want to be ECW people. They're not going to really focus on Philly all that much, but they're going to talk about Messiah. They're going to talk about some of the controversy with the hardcore. They're going to bring up when Supreme, God rest his soul, almost died from the burn injuries he sustained against Chaos. The great thing about that match was when Supreme got rushed to the hospital, and they were obviously very concerned, but once they knew that he was okay, I remember Chaos did an interview segment, maybe like near a park or something, and really mocked Supreme, and everybody was like really, really triggered. Like, that is just the lowest of the low. The guy almost died and they're making fun of it, not realizing that Supreme and Chaos are related. They're related. And they were like this. So, but they're going to focus on Supreme, California, Messiah with his fingers. They're going to focus on the scandal with Rob Black having to go to jail. And, maybe at the end, the idea of reviving that title, more of just like as a token, not as a promotion. But they're not really focusing on the Northeast side of it, because honestly, and this is why I was never upset about not being in contact. First of all, I don't think anybody would want to see me on TV anyway. But the second thing is, this is true, and I'm not just saying this because I got along with everybody there. When they came to the Northeast, the controversy were Ring of Honor, 3PW, CZW. They wanted them out of the East Coast. Mike Johnson, Bob McGee, and all these other writers at the time wanted them out of the East Coast. They actually did everything the right way. The only thing that happened on the Northeast that was really, really controversial was when Terry Funk sliced his arm open, and I'm right at the timekeeper's table seeing it up close. And then he pulled Lizzie Borden's panties off. And the State Athletic Commission got really angry. But at that time, they accused, like when Supreme and Angel rolled into the bathroom, the ladies' bathroom, the women's bathroom, they wanted them out of the Northeast so bad that these websites claimed that the daughter of a member of the State Athletic Commission was in one of the stalls when they brawled into the women's bathroom. That was a flat-out lie. But that was the extent of it, and that's not something I don't think they really would focus on much. They were not bad on the Northeast. They're going to focus on the Cali part of XPW.
What kind of California? Was in the South?
They originated in California, and they were a West Coast promotion. And in California, they were allowed to do a lot of crazy, crazy-ass stuff that you could not do in other states. When they came to the Northeast and literally rented the ECW arena and blocked CZW and 3PW and others from having shows there, they renamed it the XPW Arena. I've told this before. Me and a bunch of others, we actually tore down the Eagle's Nest. If anybody watches old school ECW, they know what the Eagle's Nest is. We tore it all down and built a stage so they could have bands perform in intermission. But all that on the Northeast was not really like spicy controversial that you would want to see on TV. If anything, it's more of, you might even feel a little bad for XPW for all these people trying to block them out in the Northeast. I mean, they were sending flyers to all the residents that porn is coming to your neighborhood and stuff. There was a lot of messed up stuff at that time. But XPW originated in California. They'll always be looked at as a California promotion. And they're going to focus on the really over-the-top stuff. I mean, they did some over-the-top shit in California. And it'll come out.
So it was California stand.
Yeah. I mean, it's Los Angeles.
Oh, that makes sense now. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. When you see it on TV, it'll all get put together, but they're going to focus on the California version of XPW. You'll see there'll be some wild stuff with accusations of drugs and some it'll all come out.
I think it's going to be the last episode of season 3, on my opinion, because I've seen the trailer of it. They just showed the lines and all that shit. You've probably seen it.
I didn't see the trailer yet, but I have an idea of what's going to be on it.
But I believe the first episode is going to be the steroid trial first. I believe that. It's going to be on this. I don't know if it's today. I'm not sure.
No, today was the plane ride from hell.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was a steroid trial.
No,
okay.
Plane ride from hell. You'll hear about it over the weekend.
Oh, I'll take a look at it by any chance. Second question. I was listening to, I don't know if you watched one of the podcasts, Monty and Farrell.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, Long Island, my neck of the woods.
Yeah. Mr. Big was, some fan was talking about, some fan bringing it up, asking Mr. Big a question about DT and about the money back and all that situation was going on. And Mr. Big is saying, you're full of shit. It was Mr. Big's opinion on their show. Did you had a chance to see the clip of it? I know
what it is. Yeah, we talked about it. I saw him at the big event a year and a half ago, and we had a laugh over it. You know, Mr. Big and Frank Goodman were the ones controlling the money. But, you know, I mean, if one day I'll have Mr. Big on here and we're going to talk and have a lot of fun. But, you know, there were many times where, you know, I went to areas by LaGuardia Airport and trying to collect money with Mr. Big. Mr. Big was a bouncer for a restaurant called O'Neill's. Mr. Big would have me come down and hang out with him all, you know, throughout the nights, just hanging out with him in Mass with Queen. So, yeah, no, I mean, you know, he's having fun with it. But, no, I mean, everything I said was 100% accurate. But he was having fun with it. Yeah. I think what happens is that a lot of people, you know, hear bits and pieces and then they, you know, try to put it all together and it comes off a little exaggerated. But, you know, we weren't collection agents like every week or threatening to break people's legs. But, you know, it was, you know, pretty funny to hang out literally in front of someone's house waiting for them to come home because they had to give USA Pro Wrestling $1,500 because they promised 30 tickets or 40 tickets. So all that's 100% true.
Oh, because I'm not trying to start shit because I just want to give your opinion about it. And you've seen it or not. I just wanted to.
Everything I said just now is 100% true. And I like I said, Mish, you could ask Mish. Mish was with me when I was talking to Mr. Big at the big event a year and a half ago, and we had a good laugh about everything. So, no, there's no issue with him and I whatsoever. None. He's an awesome guy, and he was a lot of fun to work with, and he was also cool to hang out with after hours too.
Okay, one last question. This is going to be the quick one.
Sure.
This is the one that I don't think you've never been talked about this before. Grimm's Toy Show, formerly known as GTS Wrestling, who owned it by name Grimm. A couple of weeks, I think he had his seizures over there on FW company wide by New Jersey. He was having a little seizures about it, but I think he was doing okay right now. But I'm
not aware of that.
It was on YouTube. I just watched it around Monday. What is your opinion about GTS Wrestling, and what is your opinion about this Grimm, the wrestler himself, the man who collects the toys, WWE toys whatsoever?
I mean, you know, look, I remember this guy. I don't know if his name was Charlie, the one that tattooed Hulk Hogan across his entire back, and he actually made WWE show once. There are super fans. There are fans that, you know, become very, very really into, you know, hobbies and collections. And, you know, I can't knock someone for being that rabid as far as collecting toys or collecting figures or whatever it is, because I know people that are like that with comic books. I know people that are like that with other things. I mean, my God, I'm looking right now. I have at least 7,000 baseball games on bootleg DVDs that I was just collecting. And then it got to a point where I was just collecting games just to build my collection. And I'm saying to myself, why am I collecting this? I'm not going to watch these games. I could literally go inside and grab a bunch of discs like this right now that I never stored away. It's just, I don't think the guy, I mean, some people are harmless. Some people might look at that and just find it like a little bit extreme, but I don't really have any issue with that at all. I mean, you're going to have super fans in all walks of life. You have it with Star Trek, you have it with Star Wars, you have it with Pokemon, you have it with other things. You know, if that's what makes him happy, more power to him.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been doing really good job, in my opinion, for doing GTS wrestling, making younger age, who's like my age, like right now I'm 26. He's been helping other younger guys to become a future wrestler someday. Maybe they will make it to the big league one day. And you have this wrestler named Casey Navarro who just already made it to AEW whatsoever.
Sure.
I don't know if you heard Casey
I've heard of
Navarro.
him.
He was also appeared in GTS before when AEW appeared. I mean, he worked his ass off, and I wish for Casey Navarro for the best. But what do you think about their wrestling matches? I know it's a backyard, but just real quick.
You know what? You know, I mean, I was not in the shows. I mean, helped set it up, but you know, back in the day, there would be some block party. We called them block party shows. You know, I mean, you always tell people, you know, you shouldn't backyard. You know, you got to be careful. There's a lot of precautions, you know, just diving off of things. But, you know, that's how a lot of people start. I mean, you know, we all know about Mick Foley jumping off his roof and everything, but there are a lot of people who started off backyard wrestling. And, you know, I mean, people that are really in the business will always say, oh, you got to go through a wrestling school. You got to do this. But guess what? Not everybody can afford $3,000 for a wrestling school. Or maybe there isn't a good wrestling school within 100 miles of where you live. And yeah, you might be dedicated enough to drive 100 miles. But the point is if you have school or if you have work or if you have other issues, a relationship, maybe you just can't do that every single week. So,
it's reality.
Yeah. So I don't have any problem with backyard if there are legit, serious precautions taken and people are doing it with the idea that one day they can take it to the next level, like Casey Navarro. One day they can possibly go to a school and really hone things and learn how to lock up a little bit better. I mean, to start, to get your feet wet, I don't have any issue with it. It's when you have people that are just doing it and just doing insane stuff that you just know you're 1 minute away of something seriously going wrong. Those are the backyards that I am not interested in. But I see footage online and I see some people and they don't do a bad job. I mean, if that gets the itch and then pursue more, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't blame you with the backyard thing. I wasn't a fan of it either. But as I recall, was it New Jack and Nick Cage were involved with backyard situations before TTS?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. The Hardys did backyard in I think it was North Carolina. They did it with Shannon Moore. I mean, some wrestlers have come up originating in backyard. I mean, like I said, not everybody can afford, you know, to go to the school and, you know, they'll make a makeshift ring. They might use mattresses. They might be in someone's yard. I mean, you might only have 10 people there, but you do it over and over and over again. And you start. So as long as it's handled the right way, you know, I don't have any problem with it.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, DT.
Oh, much love. No, great questions. Excellent.
One more thing before I go. The one thing that was funny, what you did last year, you did the Hogan thing, the COVID-19. I said you did the blow thing. That's funny. That was funny.
Yeah, I got to watch that again because he said that. I think he said that, you know, we didn't need COVID. You know that. It's just I got to watch that again because I remember it was right around that televangelist, you know, that gave that speech to. You're just going to blow it away. You know, Hogan is just he's a work of art. So yeah. All right. Be well. Stay safe.
You have a good night.
You too.
I will. I'm the strongest pride.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. You too. Take care.
Take care. I do remember that. Right now, my audio only friends are like, "Hey, you're on. Who's this?"
Hey, Sean KB, what's good?
Hey, Sean, what's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to make a comment and maybe piggyback on that previous caller's question about XPW, if that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess he brought up Grimm, and I wasn't really sure that. I guess he said Grimm had a seizure, but if you were watching AEW last night, you could actually see Grimm on the hard cam when Cody
wasn't he on the left? He was on the left when they brawled up to Cody. Yeah, I saw him. Didn't it look like he took a swing too, joking around? It looked like
exactly. Yeah.
I think he was just moving out of the way, but yeah, no, I saw him on the left side. I think it was the left side of the screen. I mean, I didn't hear anything about the seizure thing. I mean, I'll say this: he looked great yesterday, and he was having a great time.
Hilarious.
So
yeah, he looked like he was having a good time.
Yeah, it looked like he was having a great time. So
yeah, so speaking of XPW, like I was aware that it was on the West Coast, and like not only do I listen to your show, I also listen to like Disco and Conan's show, Keeping It 100, and I think they have a guy named Kevin Kleinrock who worked at XPW.
Oh yeah, sure.
Did you ever work with him?
Yeah. He, what I always remember from him is he wore a hat, shorts, and he had a ponytail, and I don't know, it was just something about him. I think he did the announcing for the first Northeast show, Hostile Takeover. I think he's the one, because I always remember him like, I think Supreme took on Angel, and I remember him the way he just said it. But no, I mean, I remember Kevin Kleinrock. He was actually very, very important for XPW. He was also very important for Wrestling Society X. And, I'm not going to try to stir anything up and say that he was one of them, but all I'm going to say is that, when XPW came to the Northeast, and anybody that goes back to my hotline days know exactly what I'm about to say, but when XPW was coming to the Northeast in 2002, and all of these websites were doing everything they could to get him out of the Northeast so Ring of Honor and Combat Zone and 3PW could own the Northeast, they lied. A lot of people, they made up stuff. They tried to shut XPW down. And then when Wrestling Society X came around, and you had a lot of these very same people who were going out of their way to give Wrestling Society X praise and press and interviews, that there were a few people that worked in XPW that, said at the time, like, look at these mother that are now like praising everything we do. And, they accepted the praise because they needed whatever publicity they could get, but they would spit on the ground with some of the people online, because he was with the very same people that were doing everything they could to get them back in California and get them shut down. And then now they're with open arms because it's now Wrestling Society X. There was look, there's snakes in 2021. There were some huge snakes in 2002 as well. So, but no, Kevin Kleinrock, very, very important for XPW, worked his ass off and very, very much involved in it. Very, very big name.
Was he involved with like all the lucha stuff? Because I know he's like a huge stand for lucha
I don't know,
wrestling.
but I wasn't involved with the Wrestling Society X, so I couldn't answer how much he was involved with that. But no, as far as the lucha stuff, if you're saying like the Northeast lucha stuff that they did with XPW, my friend Mongo, who passed away last year, he was the agent for Damien 666 and Halloween and Psychosis and Hoovy, and everything would go through my friend Mongo. And a lot of times I was the one that would pick them up from the airports. But no, I don't recall Kleinrock really being involved that much on that side of it. But then again, behind closed doors, I wasn't there to see what they were putting together. So, but no, it was my friend Mongo that passed last year that was the one that, got all the things done to get him into the Northeast, get him into XPW.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm sorry to hear about your friend, but that's interesting. But like, I guess like a few weeks ago, somebody asked him if he was going to be involved with a XPW's California show that's taking place next January, and he didn't really have much to say. He just said no, and then he
No,
just moved
because
on.
it's
Like,
just it's XPW. I mean, unfortunately, there's some wrestlers that are no longer with us. There's wrestlers who have passed on, who have retired, and if it, as far as XPW returning, it's just to me, it's gonna be in name only. I mean, hardcore wrestling still has its place. So putting XPW back out there in name and bringing the belt back and having some hardcore stars of today fighting for it, that's not a bad thing. But it's not the XPW from 2002. You might have a few people from that era that are involved in it, but it's not anything of the XPW that I saw with my eyes. So that's why, I wouldn't expect to have anything to do with that.
or perhaps he just doesn't want to be involved with Raw Black. I know, like what was it?
I don't know. I never had any issues with Rob Black. Actually, I never really talked to him much at all. Very, very, very rare. I mean, XPW, when they would have events on the Northeast, I think a lot of people that know this would agree with me 100%. Rob Black would be in his hotel room most of the time. I mean, during the events, he would be in the building, but he would be in his hotel more than anything else. So I never really interacted with him much at all. So there was no reason to. But like I said, the XPW that would be coming around is not the XPW from 2002. And it shouldn't be. It's tribute to hardcore, and that's the way it should be.
Okay. And my question is, I want about USA Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So just like a week ago, I guess somebody asked the Disco Inferno and Conan about what was your experience working with the Mass Maniac Frank Goodman, and their take was that it was like a 5 to 8 hour marathon. It was way too long, and usually the show started late. They praised Frank Goodman. They say he's a nice guy. He's a typical New Yorker who likes the deli, but they criticized. What they critiqued about the shows was that it was disorganized, it was too long. The backstage was a train wreck with 100 wrestlers. Some of them were in a small trailer. But I guess the only kicker of the whole event were the ticket sellers match, which was the first matches that took place at the event. And those were when the wrestlers were sold tickets to get on the first card, and it was a bunch of inexperienced dudes, and everybody have a good laugh of it in the back. And I just wanted to hear your experience of working at USA Pro Wrestling and your involvement.
No, I mean, what they said is right. I mean, the shows would be 4 and 5 hours long. And what I was saying earlier about that Mr. Big stuff, those are the ticket sellers I was talking about. And I always felt that if you had no name value in wrestling, but you wanted to be on a show with big name talents, you have to financially contribute in some way. And those ticket sellers, they would guarantee, Frank, that they would sell 20, 30, 50 tickets. Sometimes you would have somebody who would promise Frank 50 tickets sold, and they would get a match against maybe King Kong Bundy or someone else. As much as people didn't like the idea of forcing, no-namers, 110 pounds wet, forcing to sell 30 tickets, those ticket sellers paid the salaries of all the big names that were there. You went to a USA Pro Wrestling show. If anybody ever looks at the results of these shows, you had gigantic names on those cards. I was a manager on 2 of the shows, and CM Punk was on the card. He brought in big names, but he was going to have 4 and 5 hour shows to get as many people to go, to give a little bit of something for everyone. And those ticket sellers were very important. They paid the chair rentals. They paid the insurance. They paid the salaries for some of the bigger names coming in. And that's why I never had a problem with Conrad when they had the first convention. And he told podcasters, you got to pay me $2,000 if you want to be part of the podcaster's role. If you're a podcaster that only gets 100 people tuning in, why should you get a prime spot? So if you want to be on that prime row, then since you can't bring in the viewers, then you have to compensate in a different way. And it's a privilege to be on a show like that. It's a privilege.
Oh, absolutely.
So even with my stuff, I mean, I sometimes would fill 2 and 3 buses worth of people that, you know, that wanted to go to the shows because they did the hotlines and they wanted to see the stuff that I did. So, you know, I have 150 people going to the show, you know, money talks. So no, it's a privilege to be on a show with people like, at the time, Scott Steiner and Sabu and Raven, Sandman, you know, Shane Douglas, Bam Bam Bigelow, Chris Candido, God rest his soul, AJ Styles, Sonjay Dutt, Low-Key, you know, Christopher Daniels, and it just goes on and on and on. If you're not that have any value and you want to be on a show with people like that, you have to contribute in some way.
Would you compare that to like what AEW doing with Dark and Elevation?
No, because
like
they're trying to build their stars for tomorrow. The ticket sellers are not going to be future stars for USA Pro Wrestling. These would be people that would never make it on a show, but wanted to be part of a show with names. So, okay, you want to be part of the show? So guarantee 20 tickets. And even if you don't sell those tickets, in 2 weeks, I want $1,000. And that's it. And then you would be on a battle royal. You would be on something. And, you know, that's it. No, there's nothing like AEW. AEW is trying to find new stars for tomorrow. USA Pro Wrestling was just trying to get people who knew how to do the basics and help pay the salaries for the big names that came in.
Okay, but you probably saw a bunch of like funny botches from Ticket Sellers matches.
Sure. In fact, maybe next Thursday I'll put one of them on here. And one of them that I was managing too. Yeah. I have one in particular I'm thinking of right away. I think next Thursday, either next Thursday or the Thursday after, I'll put it on. I probably could be able to get it in, you know, because I got to convert it. But yeah, I'll put one on next Thursday and give everybody an idea what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Thanks, man. I love the show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Have a good
night. All right, have a good weekend. Be well. Ooh, that was not intentional, everyone. I actually accidentally hit a special effects button. So I think we're going to take one more call and call it. Good evening. You're on. Who's this?
Hey, I was so hoping to catch you up tonight, DT. This is
up,
Neil. How are you doing?
Good. How's everything?
All is good.
Good.
Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling good after the gummy bears and the foot.
Yeah. I'm gonna, get a good night's sleep tonight. Weekend's coming up, so do a little relaxing. So hey, I had that candy stuff. I don't think the scratchy throat has anything to do with that. I've been talking all week. Office shows. Your voice gets a little strained after a while. So,
yeah.
So what's going on?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't have any questions, but I wanted to share a story with you that happened this week. Last Sunday, I went to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is about 2-hour drives from where I live. I went to a convention, to a meeting of a movement called Habayit, the home in English. And their goal is to connect between Israelis and Palestinians, to arrange meetings and build peace from the ground up, as we say. So this was the first time. I'm 33 years old, and this was the first time that I met Palestinians.
Really?
And we really, seriously, that.
It sounds like you. Hope we didn't lose him. I think I didn't touch a thing. It sounds like maybe there's progress going on. I don't know if I could get him back. He's calling from Israel, so obviously telephone lines. I don't think Palestinians are trying to disconnect this call. So let me see if I can get him back. If not, I apologize, Nia. Maybe we'll talk on Saturday. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting in there. Damn. Well, you know what? It sounds like there's progress going on over there. I mean, for anyone, especially those that live in the United States, you see on the news over the years, the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians and the Israelis. He lives right smack in the middle of that. And I can only imagine what that's like to go through. But, damn. Yeah. Oh, I just popped up and I'm going to give it one more try and see. I could see the number that he's calling from, but I don't see it connecting. So I apologize, Near. I don't know what happened. Maybe nope, that's not it. Let's try one more. This might be him. Hey, you're on. Who's this?
Hey, this is me again.
Oh, good.
I don't know
Okay, good. Yeah. No, what I was saying is it sounds like there's really some progress going on over there now, because you don't hear that aspect of it. You hear people always wanting things like that to happen, but it sounds like maybe some progress is finally starting to develop.
Yeah, but what people need to realize that we need warm peace over here. It's not going to be like the relationship that Israel has with Egypt and Jordan, where it is cold and political, but there's no real peace between the people themselves. Here we live together. This entire land, from the river to the sea, is filled with Jews and Arabs that need to live together. So it will take time. I always say we don't need peace now. We need peace later. We need to build it through education. I don't think about peace in my lifetime. I think about peace in my daughter's lifetime.
Yeah.
I became more involved since my daughter was born. It was more important to me that she will have a better life than I did. So that's what we need to think about.
We had that conversation before that may not happen in our lifetime. I think that older generation may have to, I hate saying it like this, they may have to die off. Like the further, those right now that are now in their, single years, teens, 20s, maybe even 30s, they're now getting adapted to what peace should be. And unfortunately, you still have that conflict with older, and it's going to probably have to be the next generation, part of this generation, but also the next generation. I think as time goes by, I think it just builds. Plus, the fact that so much gets shown on video now. I mean, this video's been shown in the past, but now you can't escape it. Now it is everywhere. And as technology still improves and technology becomes more readily available in a lot of areas, and they start lifting more restrictions, more and more and more, I think. But I agree with you. I think, your daughter's generation is going to be the one to turn the corner.
Yeah, I really hope so. But
yeah, you got to just keep the faith.
We have to work now for the younger generation to be able to do it.
Yeah.
We have to change the climate, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just hope it just keeps building, and I just hope it keeps improving. No setbacks. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a little setbacks here and there, but, you just got to keep at it. And, hopefully those meetings, you get more and more and more people, and, then it becomes the majority, and then that's where you got some serious change coming.
Yeah, when you advertise the meeting afterwards on social media and stuff, you have to blur the Palestinian people's faces to understand how messed up that is. But
because there'll be a lot of revenge.
That's why they are very, very scared.
Yeah,
they're very, very scared to join this meeting because of the repercussions that are going to happen over there. And I can understand that. Believe me, I'm very privileged to live where I am and live my life. I have a very privileged life, but over there it's a little bit
Yeah, I don't know if I could live like that. I mean, I could only imagine. I see little drips and drabs from, thousands of miles away, but man, that's rough. But, it seems like, little by little it's getting better. So you got to want it. They got to want it. Everybody's got to want it. And I think eventually everybody will want it.
Yeah, they gotta want it, and they gotta be able to express their desires, which something that they don't really have, right?
Yeah.
But in due time.
Keep doing what you're doing, and stay strong and progress. Even a little bit. It's still progress. So. All right, Nia.
Sure,
have a great night. Much love, my friend. Stay strong. Be well.
You too. Peace. Bye.
Peace. Same here. Yeah, Nia's good people, man. I know where he lives, it's a little bit easier. But, man, imagine meeting with people and you just want peace and your face has got to be blurred out, because not only are these Palestinians worried about revenge on them, but they're also worried about revenge on their family, because I'm not trying to compare it to mafia, but even like my neck of the woods, you go back 20, 30 years, you want to get revenge on someone, sometimes you do it to the family, and then that person is forced to suffer and watch. I know that is cold and disgusting, and yeah, it's disgusting. But, imagine over there, you have to blur your face, because not only do you have to worry about repercussions against yourself, but repercussions against your family who may have done absolutely nothing wrong. So, yeah, much love. But with that, I am going to jet. And it was a fun night tonight. I think those brain teasers may have to stay for a little while. And we also had a little bit of vintage candy. I don't think it knocked me out of ketosis. I don't think I had enough sugar. But hopefully you had a good chuckle out of it. And yeah, when I get more stuff and it seems safe where I'm not going to get sick, we'll do it again. Not going to make it a regular thing. But some of you out there have offered me some interesting things. So I'll do some research first to make sure that it's not something that's going to poison me and get me deathly ill. But, we'll have some fun with it, man. We'll have some fun. But, Charlie, I talked about 9/11 last week for almost 3 hours. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to jet out of here. So if you enjoyed tonight's show, as always, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. Share the channel with others if you know anyone out there that would enjoy the channel. And that's it. So if you're around Saturday, 8 p.m., I'll be here. Mitch said that he wants to do it. I talked to him Tuesday about it. He's like, yeah, definitely. So as of now, Mitch will be on with me. If things change, personal life does, get in, I don't want to say in a way, but if it ends up that something changes and Mish cannot be on, I'll be here, and we'll have a fun show Saturday, and we got a lot of things to talk about. But everyone have a great night. Thank you as always for the support. Much love, and I'll catch you all again Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. By the way, before I go, one other thing. A lot of you asked me about doing a show next Friday night because Rampage will be 2 hours. I'm not sure yet. I mean, we could do a show Saturday. The problem is that everybody that has a show is going to be doing a show next Friday night. And, obviously a lot of you tune into more than one host and you have to pick and choose. So in a way, it's much more attractive for me to do it on Saturday night. This way we could watch it, enjoy it, digest it, and then we could talk about it 24 hours later or 22 hours later. But some of you said do a watch along next Friday. problem is I started doing watch-alongs. I think it's just coincidence, but a lot of other people started doing watch-alongs. So I just think that, you know, Saturdays seem to be more fun. Plus, it's earlier in the night. But I have a week. You know, I have a week to think about it. I'll let you all know. And, yeah, Sam and everybody else who won earlier tonight, you know, email me, dontony@dontony.com, or DM me on Twitter, and I'll hook you up. And that's it. Peace out, everybody. Have a great night.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a podcaster. For me to live any other way was nuts. To me, those goody-good people who worked shitty jobs for bum paychecks and took the subway to work every day and worried about their bills were dead. I mean, they were suckers. They had no balls. If I wanted something, I just took it. I ran everything. I paid the bills. I paid the host. I even paid the masked maniac. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. We always called each other good fellas. You would always hear from somebody. You're gonna like Don Tony. He's all right. He's a good fella. He's one of us. But if you're part of my crew, nobody ever tells you they're gonna get rid of you. It doesn't happen that way. There weren't any arguments or curses like in the movies. See, your haters come with smiles. They come as your friends, the people who've claimed they care the most for your life. And now that's all over. And that's the best part. Today everything is different. There's lots of action. I don't have to wait around for everything like everyone else. Oh, I didn't get the vaccine? Fuck you, vaccine me. Oh, your delivery guy has COVID? Fuck you, feed me. Right after I moved here, I ordered egg noodles and ketchup, and I got spaghetti with meat sauce. I'm no longer an average nobody, while they get to live the rest of their lives like a bunch of schnooks.